My beloved soul, I need to speak to you about your silence. Not the silence of peace, but the heavy silence of loneliness. I see you. I see you in a crowd, feeling like the only person in the universe. I see you in the quiet of your home, when the echo of your own thoughts is your only company. I see you in the midst of your struggle, carrying a burden you believe no one else can comprehend, feeling like a forgotten soldier on the battlefield. You smile, you interact, you fulfill your roles with a strength that even angels admire. But when the lights go out, when the masks fall, the feeling of being alone assails you like a cold wave. And in the midst of this pain, a dangerous question whispers in your heart. Where is everyone? Where is God? You look up at the sky, and sometimes it seems empty. You cry out, and silence seems to be the only answer. And you begin to believe the most devastating lie of all, that you are alone. What I am about to reveal to you can transform your life, because I have come today to break through your silence, to fill your emptiness, and to expose this lie with the blinding light of my truth. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You will never be alone. What you feel is not reality. It is a perception distorted by pain, exhaustion, and the enemy's lies. The truth is, I am here, not in a distant place, watching, but here, so close that I am the air you breathe, so intimate that I am the thought of hope that arises in the midst of your despair. I am the inexplicable strength that makes you get up one more morning. Before continuing the message, write this word of faith in the comments. My faith protects me and gives me inner peace. This is your first act of recognizing my presence, your refusal to continue believing the lie of loneliness. Now, continuing the message, I invite you to feel. Not to think, not to analyze, but to feel. Feel the subtle warmth that embraces your shoulders. It is my hug. Feel the gentle pulse in your chest. It is my life in you. Your loneliness is not a fact. It is a veil. And today, with my word, I begin to tear it. My precious soul, you may ask with a still hesitant heart, but Father, if you are always here, why do I feel so alone? Why are there times when your presence seems so distant? The answer is an act of love on my part. Imagine a child learning to walk. A loving father holds her hands firmly at first, but there comes a time when he needs to step back, not to abandon her, but so she can discover her own strength, her own balance. The father's arms are still extended, ready to catch her if she stumbles. His eyes are fixed on her with a mixture of pride and attention. He is silent, but his presence is complete. So am I with you. There have been seasons in your life when I needed to step back in your perception so that your faith, which previously leaned on my feelings and my manifestations, could grow its own legs. I was teaching you to walk by faith and not by sight. I was teaching you to trust in my promise, even in the absence of my felt presence. What you perceived as my withdrawal was, in fact, my greatest act of trust in you. It was me saying, my daughter, you are already strong enough to take a few steps on your own. I am here. I will never let you fall. But I want you to discover the strength I have already placed within you. And you did. Look back. See how many times you got up, how many storms you went through, how many battles you won, even when you felt completely alone. It wasn't your strength, my daughter. It was my strength which you learned to access from within, and no longer to expect from without. Your perceived loneliness was your spiritual gymnasium, and it made you a giant of faith. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust in the Lord. By doing so, you are declaring that you trust in my training method, even when it is uncomfortable. It is your gratitude for the process that strengthened you. If this message touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click on Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Continuing, the time of intensive training in silence is ending. Now that your legs of faith are strong, I approach again, not to hold your hands, but to walk by your side, as a partner, in a new level of intimacy and power. My blessed soul, my presence never left, but your perception of it may have been obscured. And today, I want to clean the lenses of your spiritual eyes so you can see me where I have always been. I am in the small miracles you call coincidences. That parking spot that opened up exactly when you needed it. That person who called you the moment you were thinking of them. That money that appeared from an unexpected source, in the exact amount of your need. This is not luck, my daughter. It is I, your Father, orchestrating the details of your universe to take care of you. I am in the deliverances you never knew, the accidents that didn't happen by a matter of seconds, the diseases that didn't reach you, the bad intentions of others that were frustrated before they reached you. You walk in a minefield every day, but my angels go before you, disarming every trap. Your safety is not a coincidence. It is my constant protection. I am in the strength you don't know where it comes from. The strength to forgive those who hurt you. The strength to get out of bed on a sad day. The strength to continue to love, to serve, to believe, when everything in you wants to give up. This is not your willpower. It is my grace, my supernatural power, flowing through your weakness. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you have been waiting for is in this verse, Psalm 139:5, which says, "You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me." This is not poetry. It is the literal description of your spiritual reality. You are completely encompassed, surrounded, protected by my presence. There is nowhere to flee from me. Write in the comments, "I receive this message and am blessed." And send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that the hand of God is also upon their life. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a thanks and help spread this message of light. Before continuing, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, do so now. By subscribing, you will receive daily reminders of my presence that surrounds you. Now, continuing the message. Start looking for me. Turn your day into a treasure hunt. Look for my fingerprints, for my winks from heaven, and you will discover with a joy that will fill your eyes with tears that you never, ever were alone. Your loneliness was not a lack of my presence, but a lack of your attention to it, my beloved soul. For your perception of my presence to be full and constant, we need to heal the deepest root of your feeling of loneliness. And this root often is not in your relationship with me, but in the wounds of abandonment you suffered in your human relationships. Your heart carries the shadows of people who have left, an absent father or mother, a friend who betrayed you, a love that departed, and each of these experiences left a painful inscription on your soul. The people I love leave me. I am not worthy of a constant presence. In the end, I always end up alone. And then, when you face a period of my silence, when my presence is not felt tangibly, this old wound is activated, and your wounded soul projects onto me, your perfect father, the failures of imperfect human beings. You are afraid to surrender completely to me, because deep down, a part of you fears that I will also leave, that I will also fail you. Today I have come to heal this wound at its root. I need you to hear and receive this truth as your antidote. I am not like them. My promise to never leave you nor forsake you is not a conditional phrase. It is my very nature. It is easier for the sun to stop shining than for me to stop loving you or being with you. My love is not a feeling that comes and goes. It is the gravitational force that sustains your very existence. For this healing to be complete, forgiveness is the necessary surgery. You need to forgive those who abandoned you, not to absolve them, but to free yourself from the chain that still binds you to them. As long as you hold on to resentment, you give them the power to continue to define your perception of love and presence. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you would like to forgive. Visualize each of them, send love and say, "I forgive you," and release you. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. By forgiving, you are breaking the distorted mirrors of your past. You are allowing yourself to see me as I truly am, the father who never leaves, the friend who never betrays, the love that never ends. And by forgiving yourself, you free yourself from the lie that you are someone abandonable. You are not. You are my precious possession, jealously guarded in the center of my heart. My precious soul, with the root of loneliness being healed. Your identity needs to be rebuilt on the foundation of my truth. You are not the alone one. The abandoned one, the forgotten one. These are the nicknames that pain gave you. I came today to give you your true names, the names by which I call you in eternity. Your first name is accompanied. Your fundamental reality is that you are never alone. My presence is your shadow. My spirit is your inseparable companion. Even when you feel most isolated, the entire Trinity is holding a conference of love concerning you. Engrave this name in your heart. When the feeling of loneliness comes, declare aloud, "Lie, my name is accompanied." Your second name is beloved. As I have already told you, my love for you is the most immutable truth in the universe. You are the object of my affection, the delight of my eyes. I do not just tolerate you, I celebrate you. I rejoice over you with singing. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. To live as beloved means that you no longer need to beg for affection or approval. You are already fully and completely loved. And from this fullness you can love others freely, without fear. Your third name is treasure. You are not a burden to me. You are not a problem to be solved. You are my precious jewel, the treasure for which I gave all that I had most valuable. You are priceless to me, and I guard you with the jealousy of a collector who possesses the rarest piece in the universe. Accompanied, beloved, treasure. These are your names. Start calling yourself by them. Meditate on them. Let them become more real to you than any feeling of loneliness or inadequacy. Your perception of yourself determines your experience of life. By embracing your true identity in me, you cease to be a victim of loneliness and become a bearer of my presence. Your life will no longer be defined by the absence of others, but by the fullness of my companionship. And this change of identity is the key to a life of peace, security, and unwavering purpose. My blessed soul, your experience of loneliness, now redeemed and healed, will not be wasted. It will become your greatest qualification for a new and beautiful purpose. Having known the pain of isolation, you are now uniquely qualified to be my ambassador to the lonely. Your healed wound has given you an empathy that no theory could teach. You can now look into the eyes of another person who feels alone and say, with total integrity, "I know, I understand." And those two phrases, coming from a heart that truly knows, are more powerful than 1,000 sermons. I am commissioning you today to be a healer of loneliness. Your ministry will not be on grand stages, but in one-on-one encounters, in phone calls, in text messages, in long hugs. I will begin to give you a holy sensitivity. You will feel in your spirit when someone around you is feeling alone. You will receive an impulse to call a friend, without knowing that she was silently crying. You will be moved to give a word of encouragement to a coworker, without knowing that he was thinking of giving up. Share this video with 2 beloved people who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple "Lord, may your presence in me be a comfort to those who feel alone," activates this ministry in your life and multiplies it. What the enemy used to try to isolate you, I now transform into your tool to create community. Your pain has become your superpower. You will not only be a person who no longer feels alone, you will become a person who makes others no longer feel alone. And I tell you, there is no purpose more beautiful or more like my own heart than this. By becoming a channel of my comfort to others, you will discover that your own sense of fullness and connection will deepen to levels you never imagined. By caring for my lonely flock, you will experience the companionship of the shepherd as never before. My precious soul, for this new reality of divine companionship and purpose to become your permanent state, you need to cultivate it. The awareness of my presence is like a delicate plant. It needs to be watered daily. I want to give you your daily practices for a life free from loneliness. The first practice is the morning encounter. Before the world invades your mind with its demands, set aside the first minutes of your day for me, not as an obligation, but as an encounter with your beloved. Simply say, "Good morning, Father. I am here, you are here, let's walk together today." This simple act of conscious recognition of my presence sets the tone for your entire day. The second practice is continuous dialogue. Transform your inner monologue into a dialogue with me. While you drive, while you cook, while you work, comment on things with me. "Father, look at this beautiful sky. Father, help me with this difficult task. Father, thank you for this little moment of joy. You don't need formal words, just include me in your life. Your awareness of my presence will grow as you practice it. The third practice is the nightly gratitude sanctuary. Before sleeping, instead of reviewing your worries, make it a habit to review the proofs of my companionship that day. Write down at least 3 God incidences, 3 moments when you felt my care or my direction. Gratitude opens your eyes to see even more of my activity in your life. It proves to your soul, repeatedly, that you are not alone. Encounter, dialogue, and gratitude. These are the 3 cords that will keep you firmly tied to my presence. They are not a burden, but your lifeline. They are your daily choice to live in the truth of my companionship, rather than in the illusion of loneliness. My beloved soul, we have come to the end of our time of revelation and the beginning of your new life of companionship. The veil has been torn. The lie of loneliness has been exposed and destroyed. Together, we have seen that my apparent absence was your training, and that my presence has always been your reality. We healed the root of abandonment with forgiveness, and clothed you with your true identity of accompanied, beloved, and treasure. You have received your noble commission to be a healer of loneliness, and learned the practices to cultivate the awareness of my presence. Now, your inner home no longer has empty rooms. Every room is filled with the light and warmth of my companionship. For my part, I reaffirm my eternal covenant with you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will be your constant companion, your faithful counselor, your tireless protector, and your most intimate friend, until the end of time and for all eternity. Your part, my daughter, is simply to believe. It is to choose at every moment to live from this truth. It is to refuse to listen to the voice of loneliness, which you now know to be a liar. It is to practice my presence until it becomes as natural as your own breath. Leave this encounter with a new dignity. The dignity of someone who never walks alone. The dignity of someone who is constantly loved, seen, and cared for by the King of the universe. Loneliness is no longer your story. Communion is your new name. Intimacy is your new address. Go now, and live not as an orphan, but as the daughter who walks, every step hand in hand with her father. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I am never alone, for the Lord is with me." To share your experiences in the comments about how this message helped you feel loved and accompanied. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more content of faith. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.